Oh, shoot. And we are back for the first time really this summer. I think we took like a summer break or something.
Was it 6? What was the last time we did? Like eight. I
It
know
was
it's
like May.
really.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like May.
It was longer. Wow.
No, it was I think April or May. So it's been we basically took a summer break, and this is the time that the unofficial end of summer is on Monday. And of course, us down here in Miami, ain't really no end of summer. It's summer all year.
Right.
But for everyone else that are on the East Coast and Midwest, it's the unofficial end of summer. So I thought I'd bring back the show, so we can get ready to start the year out, end the year out strong. So shout out to the people who have already joined us. Say what's up in the chat because I will be monitoring the chat. Oh, we got somebody. Hold up. Who are you?
Shantae.
Thought I saw somebody. Comments. Where we got? There we go. Hey, Shantae. There she is. Glad to see you are back. So yeah, we got a good show for you guys today. We are going to talk about a few things, and we're going to start the show off with some baby mama drama. You're going to want to see this clip because it is doing the absolute most. Jay, you triggered already. We ain't even got started. Then
Already, man.
we got a $6,000 DoorDash fiasco that you definitely don't want to miss because this lady decided, to not drop off some food. She really paid a price. And then I don't know if those of you who have taken cruises before, have you been on Carnival, which is known as the Spirit Airlines of the Sea? And they have put in effect some black rules, as they call it. So we're going to investigate and see exactly, is it racist or is it just because they got to put some things in order? We got lastly on the show a Chipotle meltdown because, we've stood in line before and they get your Chipotle bowl wrong. But this particular person had a complete meltdown. So you definitely going to want to stay to the end of the show to see this nonsense. So are we ready we're going to start off with the baby mama drama?
Let's do it.
Any pre-words before we start hitting the show?
Let's get ready to get triggered, especially
All
me.
right. And shout out, this is Jay the Professor over here. He has his own channel. Look up Jay the Professor with 2 R's on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. And as you know, I am D Lens Reacts. And we are about to get started. What? So you can't hear it? You can't hear it either?
Can't
Well,
hear
that's
it, but I
not.
sure can see it.
Yeah, I can't. That's weird because let's start it back. Yeah, you should be able to hear it.
Can you hear it?
I can hear you. Can you hear?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the video.
Let's. Can you hear it now? Can you hear it?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the video.
All right. Let's try. Can you hear anything now?
Just hear you.
Can you hear anything?
Nope, just you.
That is so weird. All right, let me close this one off and let me try again. All right, we're gonna try this again. Can you hear it now? Yep. All right, let's try this again. What's she on his face for?
Is this a skit?
I don't know. If it is, it's a terrible camera person. The sad part is I've actually seen that before.
Me too. That's why I'm like, I feel it's a deja vu.
So, like, let me ask you this: if that was you, how would that be different?
Like if I was in that dude's shoes.
If you were in Walmart with that woman and she started spazzing like that, what would you do?
Shoot, man, I would have.
Now you got an audience in front of you and people recording, so keep that in mind.
Honestly, what I would have done in the midst of that, if I was that dude in the midst of that moment.
Yep.
Knowing me,
I do.
Knowing me, number one, I would have tried to. Him walking away kind of made it worse. So what I would have tried to do in that moment, I probably would have tried to de-escalate the situation as far as calming her down. Because I think
she was irrational. How you gonna calm her down?
I probably have to call the police, man.
But here's the thing. Okay, you call the police, right? But then, like, what is that? What's that really gonna do? Because if you look at this, she's still like going in on just following them. So you can't really de-escalate. You can't walk away. Now, me,
was she with another dude, or she was by herself?
It looked like they were together, but she spazzed out because you see she hit him right here with the with the paper towels.
And but it's hard, Derek, to be honest with you, it's hard to answer that because I wouldn't allow that behavior, but it's one of those.
We just talking like me.
Yeah,
I'd have ran the hell up out of there because honestly, I'd have took off. I would have sprinted out the door, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not because I'm scared of her. I'm scared of what I may do if she stays around, and you got all those witnesses. And guess who's gonna go to jail first?
The man.
I'm going to jail. Now she might too, but I'm gonna go. So I am literally dropping the stuff. I'm running up out of that store because I don't want to be the person that this happens to.
Yeah, this is one of those.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work. And that's why I said I'm not sure is this a skit, because look at how the cameraman just
she was kind of smiling a little bit too.
She might be. But some, I ain't gonna lie, some of them crazy women, they do smile when they be spazzing.
They love that shit.
It's not even that. It's like, how you, like, sometimes, like when I was a kid, like when we would fight or play fight or whatever, I would actually laugh when I get hit. It's not that it didn't hurt.
Oh, it's like a trigger reaction.
Yeah, so it's like, sometimes you so mad you laugh. I've been that person, so I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy work. So
that's just so embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm like,
she's definitely cruisable though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. She's definitely cruisable, boy.
Yeah, she's dragging a wagon, but
behavior.
But I was gonna say, listen, there's a lot of beauty queens that are just kind of
crazy,
unhinged.
Hey, but the other young lady that was right by her was all right too, a little skinny. I was like,
you were like, wait a minute, hold on.
Who that?
I'm about to say, what kind of Walmart? Because usually they're a little more ratchet than that in Walmart.
That's probably
Walmart be that'd be the struggle bus in Walmart though.
Ooh, bonnets, you see bonnets, you see bikinis, and
you see half tops and guts hanging over and all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, we've all been to Walmart, and you don't see a lot of those in Walmart. Any of the ones I've been to, but I will say I've only been to Walmart in Chicagoland and Atlanta. And so you're gonna get the ratchet of the ratchets.
But I'm pretty
Either
sure
you're gonna either get ratchet or redneck. It's gonna be one or the other. Because like in the suburbs of Atlanta, it's the exact opposite. It's just kind of redneckish. So they be, you're gonna see the Santa Claus beards. You're gonna see, big old guys that got a tractor and driving that F-150 or that Silverado. You already know what it is.
Oh, you boy.
Yeah, the good old boys. Or you're gonna get Bonquisha with like 5 kids and she in her with her friend. So yeah, Shante says she walking away. Yep, that's absolutely the best option. I'm getting the heck up out of there because you never know. See, that's another person. Her aunts. Because if I'm starting to smile, it's gonna be some mess, especially if you're on that nonsense. So all right, so let's go ahead and segment over to this DoorDash driver. So just to preface the story, this lady was supposed to she was at work delivering a order, but she says that she couldn't contact the lady, so she left. So the woman that was supposed to get the order actually tracked this lady down. So let's see exactly what happens here. This is insane.
She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. She passed fryers to come here.
Now at 6, Milwaukee police investigating a frightening encounter for this DoorDash delivery driver.
Court documents say a customer allegedly followed Faith Morris home because of an undelivered food order.
Our Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan spoke with Faith today about her push for policy changes at DoorDash.
She picked up one of those bricks off of the neighbor's lawn and she threw it onto here.
A smashed windshield.
This looks like she was beating my car with the 4-way.
A hammered hood.
Knocks my rearview mirror off, busts this window, and the whole window out here.
And passenger side windows now in pieces on the ground.
This ain't no junkyard car. This is a 2024.
Faith Morris's livelihood as a DoorDash delivery driver.
I can no longer work right now. I can't make deliveries.
Now out of commission with $6,000 worth of damage. All over $18 worth of fast food.
I was outside for 10 minutes. This is the hood. I'm not about to sit outside with my kids in front of somebody's house I don't know for over 10 minutes.
This search warrant says Faith was unable to complete the delivery due to losing internet connection.
Wait, I'm sorry. I got to stop the video before I even lose my chain of thought. So she says she can't stop her car in the hood for 10 minutes with her child in the car. So she doing DoorDash delivery with that little girl that she's holding in the car. Okay. I just want to make sure everybody heard that.
With the DoorDash app and returned home. Faith says that's when the customer bombarded her with calls.
She says, you just told me to have a blessed night. You said you was at home. I got your location.
Minutes later, a knock on her door caught on camera before Faith says she saw the woman proceed to bash her car. She believes the customer was able to track her home using the app's GPS since the order was never delivered.
I actually need a lawyer so that by the end of this, I can own DoorDash and change the policy. Because first of all, yes, DoorDash policies need to change.
DoorDash sent TMJ4 a statement that says this customer's actions are completely uncalled for, unacceptable, and disturbing. We have permanently banned them from our platform and are in touch with the Dasher directly to offer our support.
What kind of support she gonna get? That's the question. So, your thoughts before I jump in?
I mean, I've done deliveries before. I'm not really a big fan of deliveries because of shit like this.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, those moments where I would lose connection, right?
That's what that's what she was saying.
That actually has happened to me, but the connection ended up because sometimes I go under tunnels and stuff like that.
Okay,
I lose connection, and certain people are they're impatient, so they're like, "Where's my water at? Where's my water at?" I'm like, "Man, I gotta park, and then I gotta park in a risky area, then I gotta take the elevator because you want it at your doorstep, kind of thing." So that's why I try to avoid it.
That's crazy work.
Yeah.
Oh, but we're not done. We got more.
She ruined a $300 stroller and car seat.
Faith Morris's 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander is a wreck.
There's glass on everything.
Her windshield smashed in, she says, by an angry DoorDash customer. It was around 2 a.m. July 11th. Morris says she had just picked up a food order and was on her way to deliver it when her phone lost service and connection to the DoorDash app.
I didn't know exactly what the address was.
So Morris turned around, went home, contacted DoorDash, and asked the company to cancel the order.
The order disappears.
What is that on her nose? I'm sorry.
What is that? I thought that was my screen.
No, right. It looked like a bug on the screen. I'm like, what?
What's going on?
So usually that means that they cleared the order or something like that.
But the customer kept calling.
She's saying like, no, you stole my food. I even tipped you.
A search warrant obtained by 12 News says this video from Morris's Ring camera shows the angry customer knock on Morris's door. We've blurred her face because she hasn't been formally charged. Morris didn't answer the.
See, that's the problem. She mad over them 18-piece wings.
Bro.
So she did that. She followed the girl home instead of just going to the place, that's some place named Capri's or something. It's a Midwest place outside of Milwaukee or whatever. So for some chicken wings, she destroyed this woman's car for chicken wings.
That's crazy because you can always see what you can do is because I remember I ordered from IHOP back like a year ago or something, right? And the same situation happened. What I did was I went to IHOP and told them about what happened, and they ended up giving me the food anyways.
Yeah, this happened to me on Grubhub a bazillion times. Like my food wasn't delivered, and I'm like, the food's not here. And you know how it is in my building. These people, will leap like they don't want to park and try to come up to, because I'm like, listen, I'm not coming downstairs. I'm not paying you a delivery fee and going downstairs to pick up my own food. That's what I'm not doing. So sometimes I had those issues, but I just contact Grubhub and they just like, all right, we'll either give you a refund or send another one. So I am not going to stalk a driver and GPS, tag them. That is absolutely crazy.
That's diabolical, man.
Now, Nick said exactly. Come on, Nico. You already know the answer to this. Why are the kids in the car? Now, do we really need to go there? Do you think? Let's go back, Nico.
I think we know the answer to that.
That's the answer where the father is.
Yep.
I always meet my drivers downstairs. Well, it's different for me. Sunday, I live in a high rise and we have security and all the other stuff. So I'm not, it's a lot of trouble to go downstairs, to be perfectly honest. And you come up on my door with something crazy, I got something for you right at my little table at the door. So this is not the place you want to try to pull nothing with around here. I can tell you that. But this is crazy work, man. But of course it gets deeper. Hold on, we not done yet.
Totally defenseless.
Morris asked DoorDash how the customer got her location. In messages Morris shared with 12 News, a DoorDash support agent said one of their representatives gave confidential information to the customer, which, quote, violates the policy.
Are you serious? Get your manager on the phone. One of your customers just came over here and destroyed my car. Over 10 chicken wings that didn't even have lemon pepper on them.
Now, Morris says she and her 4 kids don't feel safe at home.
I also had to break my lease and I got to be out.
What she said they ain't even have lemon pepper on them.
That's so good. Oh my God. I love lemon pepper, by the way, too.
So what?
I said I love lemon pepper too.
I mean, I do too, but my goodness, come on now.
Out of this place in 26 days. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't have no place to take my kids.
Certainly a very concerning security issue. Emily joining us now live at Milwaukee Police Headquarters. Emily, you tried to get answers tonight from DoorDash.
Right, Blake. I reached out to DoorDash to ask how the customer got her location, but I have not heard back. We do know, though, Milwaukee police investigators filed that search warrant to get the customer's name and address from the app. At this point, MPD tells me that they do know who they're looking for, but they haven't made any arrests.
That's crazy work. So you working as a delivery person and they sharing your address? that is crazy work, because I thought they may have caught it, in the app somehow. She didn't turn it off, but they're saying they gave that information to somebody.
Talk about being hangry. A DoorDash driver says an angry customer tracked her down at her own home and then smashed her vehicle.
This after she failed to deliver a late night food order. Ben Handelman with the criminal charges police are now likely to file.
For Faith Morris, this is her livelihood, or more like this was her livelihood.
When I was watching her just beat the window up, like the glass was just raining.
The DoorDash driver showing off the damage to her 2024 Mitsubishi weeks after she says a customer destroyed her vehicle.
Now, the other question is this is just me thinking. I wonder, does she have insurance, first and foremost? Secondly, is it just liability insurance? Because if that's the state minimum, is to have liability insurance. So guess what? If you only got liability insurance and this right here happens, guess who got to pay for that 6 sacks to get it fixed?
Her.
Because she can't drive, like, you can be hood and have you can roll like that, right? Put a plastic bag on the side, but your windshield out, you gotta replace that. And I'm about to say, now come on, Shante, it's a 2024. You already know she making payments. She ain't bought it cash, I can tell you that. So and that car is actually not cheap, and we don't know what a credit is, so the payments might be about $800.
She probably paying about $800-900.
Because
SUV.
Depends on what your credit is, because she don't strike me as a 750 credit score person. So I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just making observations here. I don't know. But yeah, this is crazy work. And you sitting there trying to deliver some food.
Chris, watch the whole thing from a window. Milwaukee police say charges are now being referred to prosecutors. The only appetite the single mother has left is for stiff justice.
I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do.
Ben Handelman.
Yeah, you coming up short, sis. I hate to say it. You are coming up way short. So yeah, the most I've ever done is I made like 2 Instacart runs. That was super easy. Just out of curiosity. And it was all right, because I didn't really have to interact with anybody. You just go in the grocery store, you look at your phone, you put stuff in the cart, and you roll out, and you drop the stuff out the door, and that's it. But that food delivery thing, shout out to people that do that for their living or for their hustle, because dealing with these people and they food. This woman in the middle of the night at 2:00 in the morning rolled up to her about 10 wings. That just shows you where we are in the society right now. First of all, you eating fried chicken and French fries at 2 a.m. That's the first problem. 2, you pass whatever place that was to get to her house to do all that. What kind of society we live in?
Let's take one.
Yeah, so this is the Reddit. Of course, it showed up on Reddit. A Milwaukee DoorDash driver speaking out after a frightening encounter where a customer allegedly followed her home, costing thousands of dollars of damage in the vehicle and an undelivered food vehicle. Faith Morris told her 2024 sustained about $6,000 and went to her home on July 11th. She did this over a 10-piece chicken wing. And she asked fryers to come here. That is
even just hearing that just makes
crazy work.
10-piece chicken wing. You going
10-piece chicken wing.
10-piece chicken wing.
What we gonna do? I need to understand, what is our obsession with food? I really think we have a problem,
I love food, but it's never gonna get that deep to the point where I'm gonna destroy somebody's belongings.
Yeah, it's just like we've become so food obsessed. It's not like, we are in a third world country where there is like we're in a food shortage. These people go crazy over food. I don't understand the obsession, because you have to be really obsessed and addicted to food. That's like drugs. somebody having that type of behavior and just willing to leave their house in the middle of the night and find somebody destroy their stuff because of a 10-piece wing. I mean, seriously, if my Popeyes ain't delivered, I'm gonna be irritated, but I ain't gonna just be like, man, I'm gonna get that DoorDash driver. Was that her last $10? I don't know. But speaking of food meltdowns, we might as well just keep it going because they ain't all. So we go from fryers to fried chicken wings to one of my favorite spaces, Chipotle.
I love
and this is in your hometown or home-ish town of Washington, D.C. So let's check it out.
Now to Washington, D.C., where a Chipotle customer was caught on video attacking an employee. I mean, it's incredible video.
The employee says the woman claimed her order was wrong and demanded a refund. However, workers say when they told her
like the news lady, though,
had to issue that refund, she got upset, walked behind the counter, and started making her own burrito bowl.
Leslie Moreno shows us how this incident escalated fast.
Roberto Hernandez says watching the video is triggering and traumatizing. On Saturday, he was working his normal shift at the Chipotle in DC's Brentwood neighborhood when a customer attacked him.
Exactly what I said.
The video has since gone viral with over 7 million views.
I was mad, upset, but to me, I'm a man. I can't hit a female.
The hell
I walked away.
Hernandez says the woman ordered a burrito bowl on Uber Eats but returned and demanded a refund, saying her order was wrong. Hernandez and his manager explained refunds are issued by Uber. That's when Hernandez says things escalated and the woman proceeded to walk behind the counter and make herself several bowls with extra meat.
And she was like, I want to remake the whole thing. I want tomato, double meat, and everything. And I looked at the receipt and everything. It was not double meat, no tomato, nothing, all that.
Hernandez says he's a loyal employee who's worked at this location for over 2 years. He has yet to hear from corporate, but he'd like to see security inside the store. He now says the woman is threatening him online.
Yesterday, she was saying, I'm going to come back and stab them and all that. I was scared. She was scaring my coworkers and all that, too.
In a statement to WUSC 9, Chipotle said in part, "We do not condone guests who mistreat our team members. We are working cooperatively with local law enforcement and hope justice will be served." Hernandez has a message for the customer.
I hope that food was good.
Ooh.
Okay, that's scary.
Hopefully he hears from someone from the company soon.
I know. I'm sure that I hope they'll reach out. I'm sure they'll reach out soon.
Yeah,
Oh, she having a ball with this too.
company soon.
I know. I'm sure.
Look at that smile. She having a ball with this. Listen here.
Dude,
I'm working behind the counter, and I am not an advocate, and I'm not saying you should hit women, but you walking behind the counter and you just mush me with a bowl of Chipotle.
It's no law.
Listen here.
It's all good.
That whole thing getting shut down. We throwing meats, we throwing pans, we throwing spoons. Like, it's going down. I mean, look at this is hold on.
On Saturday, he was working his normal shift at the Chipotle in DC's Brentwood neighborhood when a customer attacked him.
Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. And yes, Shante, this is real. This is not a skit. Ain't no way in hell.
I'm gonna say my
please.
This is why there's certain things in place in the city of Washington, D.C. currently. This is the type of behavior that is pretty prevalent, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so that's why we got to put a stop to this type of behavior. But it's not okay. But I guess people want to keep that behavior going.
Yeah, because what's likely going to happen is either she's not going to go to jail, or she's going to get that. There you go.
That's it.
Now, different kind of cities, they gonna throw her ass under the bus.
Oh, if it was Florida, woo.
Yeah, or a certain outside of Houston or Dallas and Texas. Oh, you can best believe. But at the same time, the woman knows who she can do that to, because I can guarantee you, if that was a brother back there, like a real brother,
He would have.
she would have came to Chipotle for a bowl, where she would have left with a 3-piece snack and a biscuit.
Easy.
You know what I'm saying? That 3-piece snack and a biscuit right on her eye. Because you already know dudes are not in that space of just like, this is like, people. My mama told me when I was a kid, keep your hands to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and when you have this kind of behavior, and I was some force, that wasn't no little.
Nah, that was powerful. You can hear that.
Come back and right. And you know, she in the heavyweight division. You know what I mean? She
Chicago Bears. That's what she.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to put her in the back in the backup offensive guard, because
that needs some help too.
Right, she got them hands. You know what I'm saying? Keep them defensive line
off.
Take her ass, like, man, because she ready to go. She is an offensive lineman. So my thing is, what is it about us and food? I don't understand.
Disgusting, because the behavior over food. The measures you go just for some food is beyond me. I mean, even from the dating stuff, I'm not going here because of
that's gonna be on next week's show. About
Cheesecake Factory and
it's a new one. So there's
a new one. What else is new?
No, well, we're recircling, but it's been this new trend of some of the the lesser desired women. That's the best way I can put it. Telling men that they're not going on coffee dates, but I'm pulling that video right on together. You'll be triggered next week. Don't even worry about it. So y'all make sure you stay for next week, because I'm pulling together next week's show right now. But I didn't have time to really get the information I needed for tonight. But yeah, it's a whole thing about, you know, people. It's no longer about meeting someone. It's about what you can get out of them and what you eat. But I digress. Speaking of getting out of someone what you for freebies, we're gonna go down to H-Town, one of my favorite cities, you know, in the United States. Houston is a nice little spot.
I'm triggered by even hearing what's to come before I'm triggered by our own current line.
Next week's gonna be worse. This is it's coming. It's coming. We're gonna turn up the volume every week in this show, so it's coming. But we're gonna take a trip to H-Town for now, because and I've kind of talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to get into it. I wanted to get your thoughts about it.
Gallery of Beauty Supplies grand opening got out of control this morning, erupting into chaos after pepper spray was sprayed into the crowd. Medics treated one woman at the scene. The Harris County Sheriff's Office called off the entire event, and fire marshals left violations for the owner. But as KPRC2's Joy Addison reports, police say they are not sure who sprayed that pepper spray.
Well, what we saw this morning was a grand opening crowd that just got out of control after people camped out in this parking lot overnight. But the latest update from fire marshals is that Hair Gallery of Beauty Supply will be closed for at least the next 8 weeks until they secure the proper permits.
They had tents, they had their chairs, they had blankets, they were sleeping in the car.
Wright has about 2.3 million followers on Instagram and has famously styled Houston native Meg Thee Stallion and award-winning R&B artist SZA. About 14 hours ago, he advertised $300 to $400 wigs, $4,000 in cash, and other items being given away to the first shoppers that could make it to the store. These posts drew the initial crowd. Social media videos show hundreds of people inside of the store and over 500 people camping overnight in the store's parking lot, waiting for the grand opening the next day and the promise of more free items. After the crowd got out of control, police were called for a disturbance and for calls for heat exhaustion. Everyone that needed help was treated on the scene, and it was cleared. The fire marshal then arrived and said the owner did not have the proper occupancy permits and closed the place down.
I feel like if they had like the proper structure, like, you know, form the lines, like the barricade and stuff, then it would have went smoother.
Once the doors are closed, someone used this as an opportunity, or for whatever reason, felt they needed to disperse the crowd. Those that were affected were treated by EMS. We had several medical issues came up.
They
babies out here dying from pepper spray.
A stop.
As well as heat exhaustion.
What?
It was babies out here dying from pepper spray.
As well as heat exhaustion.
It was.
I just want to pause right here.
Wait, go ahead, Derek. You speaking?
No, I just wanted to pause this frame while we have this discussion.
Number one, knowing the nature of places like that, why in the world would you bring a baby to an event of this nature?
Well, who gonna keep them? They ain't like daddy at home.
Still, bro.
I'm just saying, it's not like the dad's home. So
that's true.
I mean,
typical.
Who's gonna watch them? That's first and foremost.
You're right.
I mean, but my thing is, I don't understand why they why we gotta go out. They said they were sleeping in their cars overnight. Now, if it were to do something positive, you know, I hate to say it, this is gonna sound really horrible, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm kind of glad people like this are not staying overnight, standing in line to vote, because we've already been in bad enough shape. So imagine if they actually did something positive. But but it's like, I bet you they are not lining up to put in job applications or, getting educated or doing something constructive for society like this. And I don't get it. And it's like, you can't make this stuff up.
Same prototype. It's just this is what it is.
You can't make it up. It's like it's insane.
Ignorance. This is ignorance.
I mean, I'm kind of tired of it. And so, which brings me to one of my favorite terms. And I don't know if this is the way I would describe it. It's called black fatigue, which is the subject of today's live.
Yeah.
Now, the technical, according to Google, is a term that is used to describe the physical, emotion, and mental exhaustion experienced by Black individuals due to constant exposure of systematic racism and racial discrimination. The causes are microaggressions. That is one of the crazy, that's like a corporate term right there. Oh, yep. I have microaggressions.
Microaggression. I heard that.
I hate that term. Everyday racist common stereotypes and discriminatory experiences, witnessing racial injustice, feeling burden of representation, and internalized racism. Okay. So while the Google part is correct, but what happens when you Black and have Black fatigue? That's the real question. Things like fighting over chicken wings, going behind the Chipotle counter, and people lining up overnight for wigs and free hair extensions is my version of Black fatigue. And not to mention, basic hood stuff that is annoying, the violence and the people going in the stores just stealing stuff. It's just like, okay, it's almost like we need a separation over here, because all of us ain't like that, but the stereotype is true.
It's true. I mean, as much as Black folks get offended by the stuff, it's the truth. Like, this is what it is. This is what the ignorance that we have to deal with. And then on top of that, when we go to certain spots, people are going to look at us as if we're affiliated with that. That's the part that makes me mad even more.
We get lumped right in with them. It's like, yep. As they say, your skin folks ain't always your kin folks.
Yep.
It's like, listen, I have been pro-Black my whole life, but
me too.
This side of the Black pillow, I can't. I'm over it. It's like, right is right, wrong is wrong, right?
And I was driving Uber the other day, and I thought about this, right? So there's Black excellence and there's Black ignorance. And this right here, Black ignorance.
Oh, you think that's bad?
Oh, snap.
Speaking of Black ignorance, I'm glad you brought that up.
Here we go.
So, as I kind of did a prelude on the show, one of the things that people love to do, living here in Miami, this is one of the ports for most of the cruise lines, Carnival, Norwegian and Virgin and all the other major cruise lines. A lot of people come in and out of Miami to go on the cruises in the United States. So, we see this all the time. But Carnival Cruise just seems to be the most popular with a specific demographic. And if you subscribe to my channel, if you watch my any of my videos, you've seen the meltdown airline. You've seen the meltdowns from the airports. And 9 out of 10 times, what airlines are they flying? Which 2 airlines are they flying?
Spirit, Frontier.
Ding, 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 ding. And so that's in the air. Now we have found an equivalent in the water. Can you guess which? Can you guess which cruise line is the Spirit / Frontier of the seas?
Carnival.
And without further ado, as MTR would say, let's get into this video.
Banned from sailing with Carnival Cruise Line after getting into The video from Saturday appears to show a group of people. You see them here shoving each other while disembarking a ship inside of a terminal in Galveston. You can see people being pushed to the ground. In a statement to NBC News, Carnival says this happened in an area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
Now look at who it is.
The same people that show up to that here. It's just ignorance, bro. This
is Galveston. So for those of you that don't know where Galveston is, it is like the kind of below Houston. It's I think southeast of Houston. It's on the Gulf. And so they take the cruise line through the Gulf of Mexico, well, Gulf of America now, according to Google and the president. It takes their cruises from that, for the southern region. If you don't want to come to Miami, you can go to Galveston and kind of get on the same cruise lines. But same
turned
people
over to law enforcement. 24 people are now.
24 people. That's the ones they caught. There are more than 24 people in this video. That's the ones that they were able to identify from looking at this camera.
It's like you can't even enjoy the cruise without acting like this, man.
And the thing is, cruises are kind of like the cheat code to, being able to see other things. And also, you don't have to get a passport. So there's less barriers to be able to see other things. And it's great because, everybody can't spend $2,000-$3,000 every time they want to go out the country. You can, especially if you live in Houston or you live in Miami, like I can literally spend $300 and take my butt for 3 days and have, and go to 3 or 4 different islands and see 3 or 4 places. And so that's great. But unfortunately, and eat all I want and drink all I want and party and everything else. But unfortunately, just like everything else, they start ruining stuff. So that's not all. I got another one for you. Here's a different example.
You can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
So they got security from a high-calorie woman trying to go in somebody's room. So you can't even act right on the cruise. You're supposed to be on vacation. When I'm on vacation, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy, especially once I get out of the airport.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They make everything just ratchet. Everything got to be wild. You got to bring the ratchetness to a cruise. The cruise.
It's supposed to be fun. Like, we drive past those ships all the time, and those ships are absolutely massive.
Oh my God!
So how do you? Yeah, on the causeway. Like, how on earth can you find a way in time to get into some beef? I don't get it. We just can't have nothing, bro. Can't have.
I'll tell you, I got black fatigue.
Oh, there's more. You ready?
Yeah, I'm so triggered because stuff like this makes me so mad.
So this is an example I was talking about earlier. When you upset, I laugh. This is a prime example. So I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's irritating.
Oh my. Dude, what the heck, man?
The security, wait, Did you see the security guard? He was like, nah, bro, I'm good. You saw the security guard. He walked out of frame. Now look at again who is here. Look at this, who's here. And so we want to sit there and say white folks do this, that, and the other. And they do. They do certain stuff, but ain't a white person in this video. So we can't blame everything on white folks.
Yes. Well, look at this. Look at this.
And he saw the security guard, he running away. So let's read the caption. Let's read the caption. So this is my favorite part watching these videos is reading the captions, especially on Instagram. A wild brawl erupted abroad. They're not even in the country acting like this, y'all. A wild brawl erupted aboard a Carnival cruise ship, all reportedly over chicken tenders. Chicken effing tenders.
So I guess the theme of this video is food.
Now keep in mind, I'm just now reading this, so I've seen the video, but I haven't read the captions yet. So I didn't even know that.
So everything is about food here. Over food.
Dude, chicken tenders on an unlimited, like this is a buffet. This is not even the nice restaurants they have on a cruise ship. This is a buffet. So buffets mean it's unlimited. They ain't got to a big brawl over some unlimited chicken tenders. You can't make this shit up. Okay. Fist flew as shoes and phones scattered across the floor while stunned passengers captured the chaos on their phones. One onlooker shouted, "Where the F is security?" Well, you saw security. They both ran away. The man recording turned the camera on himself over chicken. This is crazy. So let's look at some of the comments.
Walmart.
That's one of my boys. My boy from my alma mater, Alabama A&M. Look at Nick. Another reason not to cruise Carnival. Walmart of the sea. Well, I said Spirit. I like the security guard looking like F this. That would have been me too. Fighting for food is wild when it's included. Shout out to Shante. Thank you for the super chat. Anybody else out here feel like, giving the love donation? I greatly appreciate any super chats. So shout out to Shante for that. Fighting for food when it's included is wild. Somebody put the Altima logo up here because they driving Nissan Altimas and Kia Sportages.
Oh, they are. They are.
Nothing beats the Jet 2 holiday. Chicken fight. Well. World Caribbean would never. Somebody spoke in Spanish, wrote in Spanish. Security realized he's not getting paid enough for this. Amen to that. Where's an iceberg when you need
EBT cruise?
Well, they should have done a Jet 2 holiday instead. Shante says she drive a Kia, but she promised she's not ratchet. Listen, when I see Kias and Hyundais and Nissan Altimas, I get the hell out the road.
Don't forget the Dodge Chargers too.
Oh, that's when I get away because I know they probably packing.
Yeah, that's what
they probably packing.
Yeah.
The other ones are just ratchet. If you got a Charger, especially if it's a Hellcat or that Scat Pack, you see that little badge on the side with the little cat or that Hemi V8, you already know it's some YNs in there.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, you can't make this stuff up. So now check this out. This lady, hold on. Let me pull her up really quickly. She's like distraught. Move this over so we can see what she got to say.
Y'all go ahead and get
the volume up.
your hate out. Get all your names you're going to call me and get that out of your system. For your information, I have been on 9 cruises since 1993. The ones through 2005 were not cheap, but they were very nice cruises. The people that worked the ship were nice. The people that were on the cruise were nice. You didn't go to the dining room dressed like you were going to the pool.
Mm,
There was a certain amount of decorum required. When you got up in the morning, you could go through early in the morning, because I was. You could go through the breakfast and get coffee and a donut. They had a continental breakfast that early. And then go to what's called the Serenity deck, and you could sit there and drink your coffee and enjoy the sun coming up. You couldn't do that on this last cruise.
I bet you couldn't.
Because they were still drunk from the night before. And the only place they could find to hide with their goofiness is on the Serenity deck. The people on either side of us in the cabin were ridiculous. Their trash stumbled out into the hallway. And I'm not talking people, I'm talking literal trash. They would go up to the bars, the buffets, and get plates and plates of stuff, and then just pile it on the floor outside their door. There was no class. In the words of my grandfather, they had no couth.
I ain't heard that word in a minute.
The fighting is what amazed me.
You know what she's talking about, y'all.
In parts of the most beautiful part of the world, and all you can do is cuss, scream, and fight. Now, mind you, I met people on this cruise that were from a Baptist church somewhere up near Chicago. There was about 15 of them. I regret to this day not getting their names. I had such a fun time with those people, but I couldn't visit with them because of all the nonsense going on. And it didn't matter where you went on the ship. The nonsense. Now, I watched a lady's video today where she blamed it all on Carnival for dropping the prices. I don't know how much more you could insult your own people.
Now listen, this is a white lady saying this. And so we saw in the last couple clips who we talking about here, right? And so she's trying to say it because, you know, the first thing we're going to do is, oh, she racist. But we just saw clips. Everything ain't racist. A lot of stuff is. That ain't it. So, all right. So fine. She racist. We'll just say she racist, okay? But since she's racist, let's hear from one of our own. See if she's racist too.
What y'all talking about? Like, what are you talking about? It's not a black people issue. It's the ratchet, igga shit. And we know that already. And I'm from the hood, born and raised again, Southside Chicago, England.
Hey, Southside.
You see large groups of igga shit, dumb ratchet shit, you go the other way. Because what's going to happen? Somebody going to get shot.
That's right.
Somebody going to get murdered. Somebody's going to get hurt, go to jail, whatever. So when you from that shit, you know, in order to survive, you move away from it. You go the other way, right? The caliber of ratchet, ignorant motherfuckers that's getting on that Carnival cruise is the same caliber of motherfuckers that was out here scamming for that PPP loan. Just stupid. They not used to shit. They don't have no fucking home training. They not able to conduct themselves. They just ignorant, right? And Carnival Cruise not wrong for putting rules in place because you're fucking up their business. So you got people that's out here that's working all year long, saving a hard-earned money just to have a vacation, to get away and to fucking relax. And you telling me that they have to be bothered with and put up with this wretched, ignorant, just ghetto shit. I don't like how this is.
And
she's right.
And this is what she's talking about. So everyone had, you know, a lot to say about these Carnival new rules, right? So number one, YNs, get your butt to bed. curfew at 1 a.m. in public areas unless you're with an adult 21 and older, which, you know, I hate to say it, but a lot of these parents, they're going to let their kids run all over, even if they're with them. Because a lot of those kids that we just saw fighting, I bet you they weren't 21.
Nope.
That was fighting over the chicken tenders. So then we got the age policy. Solo cruisers must be 21 or sail with someone over 25. Teens 18 to 20 must be booked with a guardian. So basically, we gonna get a whole bunch of, you know, they trying to slow down the YNs, basically. And then I don't know if you all have, I just found out about this. I'm not really into these like silly trends and line dances and all this nonsense, but there's this phenomenon with them fans at or some country song. We all of a sudden we didn't got back in the country after being away from country music since the 50s. I don't know how this happened, but anyway, now we got this boots on the ground, where them fans at song that everybody goes crazy over. So what they started doing is bringing fans on the boat and being ratchet and hitting people with the fans, and they flying all over the place. So Carnival has banned folding clack fans inside nightclubs and indoor dance floors for safety. Battery powered fans are still allowed, so like the little personal ones, but them where them fans at nonsense, you know, then they're saying that that's racist because we all know who does that.
How is that racist?
Because it only affects black people because we the only ones doing some stupid like that.
We need rules. We need regulations.
We need more extra rules. So then we got the pool chair rule. So if you leave your stuff for more than 40 minutes, the crew may clear your items. So basically take your stuff. So I do know this, even though I have not been on a cruise, but I know how we are because we do it in church. We do it in everywhere. We'll go and put our coat or put our bag on somewhere and go run off somewhere else. So I know back in the day of church, when, you know, if you go to a big church, people are bad on that. They'll leave their purses and go get a chicken dinner and go use the bathroom and talk to like 17 people just so they can get their seat at the church. So if they're doing it at church, you know they're doing that at the cruise. And then behavior equal consequences. I have a hard time believing that. Disruptive guests can be removed with no refund and fined up to $500. I mean, where you gonna remove them? You gonna drop them off in the Dominican Republic? They don't want us. Where they gonna drop you off? They're like, oh, you gotta get these ends up out of here. And then check in online by midnight before selling, blah, blah, blah. So the other rule that's not here that you all don't know about is they stopped with hip hop. That's the other racist rule that's not on here. And the reason is because you know what it's the twerking and all the other nonsense. Let's see if I can find it. I think I thought I had a clip of it. But basically, they getting on here, you know, because the first thing we love to do is we gonna start twerking.
Yep.
Soon as some music come on. So what Carnival has decided to do is say, you know what, we're not going to condone this type of behavior, and we are literally going to ban that. And so black fatigue. This is why, you know, I jokingly but half-heartedly say it. Like I am too, because this type of this type of behavior just irritates me.
I have black fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
I have black fatigue. I'm not afraid to say it. I have black fatigue.
And you know, it's we see one side of it. Next week we are going to do another side of it because, you know, this one was primarily focused on some ratchet behavior, but then we're going to see some other types of ratchet behavior with YNs. Like we're going to talk about these car meets and how they get into these Hellcats and these other cars and start doing the street takeover. So we got to talk about we got to talk. And I'm a car dude. You know, I am a car dude. I love my car meets. I love my fast cars. I love my V8s. You know, I am a car dude. But at the same time, I go to different types of car meets. I don't go to them. We're not doing donuts in the streets. We not, disrupting traffic. We not just doing all this other stuff. I love cars. It's one of my favorite things in life to do. But once again, we get in something and destroy it.
Yep, we're good at that. But then shit is racist, right?
Yeah. So then when the police come, because we got now in Florida, we got super speeder laws, and then we got them going after these people in these car meets, and then these dirt bikes that be on the road that are supposed to be off road. So
I see it all the time, man.
So the ladies that are watching, we cover all angles over here. It ain't just the ladies. We talk about the guys too. We cover all angles, and at the same time, we're gonna probably do a Black Fatigue Part 2 next week because it's just too much to cover. We'll be on here all night if I just went through the amount of videos I have on this subject.
My Black Fatigue is so strong.
Goodness gracious. Yep. Well, that was a lot. So I'm glad you guys stuck with me through majority of this live. I see we got quite a few people in the building. So I appreciate everybody for rocking with us tonight. This is our first night back after an entire summer off. And I'm excited to really start doing these one or maybe even 2 times a week because there's just so much to talk about, so much to react to. And it's like I can barely keep up. So guys, if you have anything that you want me to review or talk about, make sure you send it to dlensreacts@gmail.com. That is dlensreacts@gmail.com. The spelling is down at the bottom of the screen. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe, hit that like button, and feel free to send a super chat. I will not be upset if you do. And at the same time, I won't be upset if you don't, but I really appreciate you watching. So Jay the Professor, make sure that you follow him as well. He provides great life advice, and he primarily focuses on men's content. So men, when you are, when you're dusty, this is the man you need to talk to. If you are having, hair, beard, growth problems, you need to lose a few pounds, this is the channel you definitely need to follow. And then also my other channel, which is a lifestyle channel, Free the Lifestyle channel. Make sure you follow them. The links will be down in the description. So Jay the Professor, any last words before we close out tonight?
My Black Fatigue is strong. It's getting stronger and stronger by the day. And I am not afraid or ashamed to say it. It's just the truth. That proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, it's a lot going on in the community, I remember a time that being woke was a good thing, and now woke is the worst thing. Being woke in the 90s meant wearing HBCU sweatshirt and having African print koofies on, and that's what being woke. It was like, that's where my brother, my sister, seeing the brothers at the corner with the bean pies, that was what being woke. Yeah, it was being woke, trying to uplift the community. Now being woke is, I want to do what I want with no consequence. And so that's where the Black Fatigue has really come in.
Yeah.
I'm over
no consequences.
And we have a climate that everything is lawsuit based and everything's based on money, and who gets in power say, it's one side want to lock everybody up, and then the other side wants everybody to be free. So it's like there's no middle ground. It's like you got to pick the least of the. I mean, they're both, as far as I'm concerned, both sides of the political coin ain't worth a darn. But you got to pick the least of the evils. So I'll leave that right there. We're gonna definitely get back into that in a deeper level in upcoming lives. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in tonight. This is The Lens. That is Jay the Professor, and we will see you in the next video.